Thanks for coming on. Andy with you here on Friday, October the 22nd, looking ahead to games in Scotland this weekend. And just to say, I've got a couple of Premiership games which interested me, and I'm going to have a couple of bets this weekend in the Premiership. I've not given them, well, I have given them to members. I've mentioned them to members. They're not bets on the account. I don't bet big in the English Premiership because there's never any value. But there's two games this week. Two teams which I think should be odds on that aren't, and I have to bet them. It's that simple. And just to say, I'll be back Sunday with the review, and on the review we might do a video for Tuesday evening because there's a full coupon of Scottish Premiership on Wednesday, and I've not gone through it fully, but there's a couple of games in there which I think look, there could be a smidge of value around next Wednesday. So that's in the Scottish Premiership, but let's deal with the weekend's bets first. And as I say, those Premiership bets I'll come to at the end. Right, Scottish Premiership, Aberdeen Hibbs 36, 25, 39. That's a really tight game to call. I don't think either of them have been in great form lately. I think we backed against both of these teams last week, didn't we? With Dundee United, and was it Dundee? I think it was. And we got them both beat. This one's a tough one to call. There's a bit in Hibernian. I think Aberdeen have gone right off the boil. Hibbs not so much, but it's a game which any result here wouldn't surprise me. Put it that way. But you're saying to me, what would I back if I had to make the bet? It would be Hibernian at 39%. And as I say, there's 0.4 in it. They should be 8-5. They're 2-1. Celtic St Johnstone, 4's on. It's a ridiculous price. 69%. They should be 4-9. They'll probably win. I'd expect them to win well. You can't back 4's on shots that should be 4-9. You won't last long. You'll have plenty of good weeks. Well, 69% of your bets will win, but you won't make any money. There's 4 points in St Johnstone. It's whether you think that, whether you want to back something that's going to win 10% of the time. You're going to have astronomically long losing runs, depressing losing runs, but you will get winners occasionally, and they'll be at a decent price. But it's not a game that interests me. It's whether you think that 4 points is value on a 10% shot, and it probably is. It's not for me. Dundee United, Motherwell. I think this is one I think bookmakers have found really tough to call, as I have. And you can see there's 46, 23, 31. There's a 10th in Dundee United. There's a 10th in Motherwell. And they've got the draw really short, haven't they? Well, not really short, but the draw's short enough at 9-4 compared to the 7-2 that I've got it in at. And I don't think it should be 7-2. I think it should be 100-30 because 23% is 130, not 7-2. So there's nothing really in it. I'd expect Dundee United to probably ought to win, but Motherwell are a decent side, and again, as I say, any result here wouldn't surprise me. So nothing to really get excited about. Hearts Dundee 62, 22, 16. Hearts 8-15 is far too short. Draws priced up right. There's a point in Dundee, but a point at 16% really isn't enough for me. And again, 84% of the bets you're going to make are going to lose, and that's, it's a high figure. It is a high figure. So, for me, it's a no bet game. Ross Livingston 35, 24, 41, 15-8. Ross is bang on the money. Bookmakers short on the draw. Excuse me. There's 0.23 in Livy, and they are the most likeliest winners. And it's whether you think that 0.23 at 41% is value for your money. I mean, if we look at Hibbs, we've got 0.4, haven't we, for 39%, 0.1 at 46%, and 0.23 at 41%. Ross have yet to win a game. Livy have picked up a little bit lately. So that's worth bearing in mind if you're thinking about that bet. St Mirren Rangers 14-22-64. Rangers, I mean, as ever, it's 2-5. I couldn't touch this, and I did say last week about a bit of caution with Rangers. They were held to a draw at home. I think they should beat St Mirren. But St Mirren, they've played well, and again, it's whether you think 2 points at 14% is value, but again, it's an 86% chance this bet's going to lose. But you are being paid accordingly. Rangers, again, still far too short for me, and as they always are, they're always going to go off far too short. So really, there's not a lot to go at in the Premiership. Championship, this was the game I've been talking about. Arbroath Ayr, 58%. Should be 8-11 Arbroath, they're even money. There's not a vast amount in it at 0.28, but it's a bet which I really do think will win. It's not a maximum. I've given it to members as a 2-point win. Again, I could put Arbroath in at 4-6. I always opt on the side of caution, as you know. So we are in effect getting even money, about a 4-6 shot, but I've put it in at 8-11 just for one or more reasons. So you're getting an even money shot at 8-11 with Arbroath, and their defeats have only come against the top team. So I'd expect them to beat Ayr tomorrow. I really do, and I think evens, well, anything above 8-11 is value. Nothing in the draw, nothing in Ayr. Kilmarnock Hamilton. I mean, I just look at this coupon in the Championship. You see, there's no blue figures there at all because there's just no value. It really is a terrible weekend, and it's funny, isn't it, that last weekend we had sort of, I don't know, 4-1 shots where there was plenty in it and stuff like that you could make a case for. That isn't the case at all this weekend. It's a really, really tough weekend to be making money. And there's only 3 members bets this weekend, and obviously we haven't got League 2 as well. But anyway, back to this. Kilmarnock Hamilton, 54-24-22. I'm not going to say I've given up with Hamilton, but I just can't make a case to bet them. 7-10 is too short for Killy. I think Killy will probably win. Simple as that. Partick Dunfermline, 54-23-21. Partick 5-6 is the right price. There's nothing in Dunfermline either. So Queen of the South, Morton 46-25-29. Again, 6-5 is the price. It's really, really disappointing. I don't really have a thought on these games. I think Partick will probably win. Killy should win. Queen of the South, I don't know. Wraith Inverness 39-24-37. And again, 6-4. Well, they're just sort of 39% isn't 6-4, but they're 39.8 or whatever it is. So, excuse me. There's 0.17 in Inverness. It's whether you think that 0.17 at 37% is good value. This week it probably is because it's so thin on the ground. And if we go back to the Premiership, I mean, teams that we can make a seriously strong case for, and by that I mean sort of high ratings and value. They're probably the best bet we get in here is Hibbs, who are out of form and I don't fancy at all, and Livingston, who are one of the worst 3 sides in the league. So, and again, here we're the best value bet here. We're being asked to take 0.28. So it really, really is a tough weekend. Let's go on to League 1. I'll give you then Airdrie Dumbarton, 60%, 21-19. Airdrie, again, the way the week is, you've got to say that's value. Dumbarton, as I've said many a time, have been overrated and are in a false position. Airdrie are by far the better side. It's whether you trust them. But there's a 0.14 in it. It's a high figure. Cove Clyde, 61-22-17. Again, absolutely nothing in this game. And again, just looking down this coupon, it really is ridiculous. 70% Clyde, nothing in there, nothing in Cove. Montrose East 5, 63-22-15. 0.09 in Montrose. It's again, it's what do you think is the best bet? Is 0.14 at 60% or 0.09 at 63%? You're getting less for your money, but they got a 3% more chance. It's a real tough call this week. It's one of the worst coupons I've seen it's the worst coupon this season. And I don't remember too many coupons as bad as this last season. I have to say, Peterhead Falkirk 31, 23, 46, 0.2 at 31%. Not something that interests me. Falkirk have gone right off the boil, but I would expect them to back to back at some stage. Queen's Park, Alloa 54, 21, 25. There's a 1.5 in Alloa. That's probably me. Well, I'm not going to say it's me because it isn't me. It's my figures that have put Alloa at 25%, and it's a bookmakers have put them in at 9-2. So there is a 1.5 in Alloa. It's whether you want to take the chance. Queen's Park are unbeaten, but Alloa do tend to perk up for the bigger sides, and you couldn't back Queen's Park at 8-13. So Scottish-wise, guys, it really is a tough weekend. And as I say, there's 3 members bets, and that's pushing it. They're bets that I could sort of take. I mean, that's the strongest bet, 2 points to win on Arbroath, and there's 2 other bets. But it's a weekend where it wouldn't surprise me if all of the other bets lost. I mean, they could all win, but it's a week that I could quite easily be prepared to sit it out, and it's disappointing to find 0.14, 0.09 in things, but that really does sum up Scottish football. Let's go on and have a look at these Premiership games anyway. These are the 2 teams that have come up well on the figures. Crystal Palace, 58%. They should be 7-10. They're evens. There's 0.3 in it. And I think that's probably why I've looked at the Premiership harder this weekend, because just purely from a value perspective, it's rare to find value like this in the Premiership, and nothing in Scotland. 58, 21, 21. I mean, Newcastle, that should be that's 18-5, and Palace even money. I think it's a good price. I'm not going to say they're a good thing or they're going to win or anything like that, but you got a team here rated 58% at even money. You've got to back it. You have to back it. I'm backing Crystal Palace. Man United, Liverpool, 25, 23, 52. Liverpool, on my book, should be odds on. They're 5-4. There's 0.34 in it. Again, it's a bet I'm having. Got no interest at all in Liverpool, Manchester United, Crystal Palace, Newcastle. None of those teams interest me. But from betting points of view, there's value in these. That figure's extremely low for Manchester United at home, but I think that's a fair reflection of where they are as a team. As I said, I don't know whether I said it on here, but people I've spoke to in the game, I think they were crying out Manchester United for Declan Rice, and they go and get Sancho and Ronaldo, and I think one of them isn't good enough, and one of them is sort of past his best, and I think Declan Rice would have made a huge difference to Manchester United. But hey-ho, that's it. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put you off Palace or Liverpool, but please don't message me if they lose or don't win. But they've come out well on the figures, and as I say, it's, they're over 50% with 0.34 in, and that's more than we can find in Scotland, which is quite disappointing, I have to say. Just having a look, we got Alloa at 1.5, nothing in the Championship at 0.34 over, and we've got a couple here, haven't we? But they're not rated to win. Crystal Palace and Liverpool are rated to win, and there's value in it. So I don't know. Maybe the days of Scottish football are over, guys. It could all be about the Premiership from here on in. I don't know, but maybe it's just one of them weeks, eh? But that's it. Don't forget, Arbroath is a members bet. There's 2 other members bets which have been given out already. as well as the Arbroath, and I'm also backing Crystal Palace and Liverpool. So, 3 of my 5 bets I'm doing this weekend, and I'll be back Sunday and we'll review it all then. That's it. Bye for now.